So, in a healthy relationship, the relational safety looks like both people know what their value is in the relationship, right? Because here's another thing that I see sometimes that with couples or with friends is, sometimes people can wonder, why does this person like me? Right? Do they only like me because I have a car? That might be something that friends or when you're young, right? Or maybe they only like me because I'm the one kid in school that has a pool. Or as you grow up, as you become an adult and start getting into romantic relationships, there could be some question about that, right? Does my partner only like me because they think I'm really attractive, but they don't really like my personality? Or what is the foundation of our relationship here? Are we based on kind of a transaction, a function based? Or is there really something here in the relationship that makes us feel safe, that, my partner loves me for who I am and I love them for who they are? And it's really based on intrinsic value, is what I call it. So relational safety and kind of the contract of the relationship, which is another thing, in the modern world, like I said, there really is no template for what a relationship should look like, right? And so often when people come into a relationship, they're just bringing kind of the script of what they know, right? Maybe they are bringing in what they, saw in their parents, or maybe they actively say, no, I don't want to be like my parents. I'm going to choose, something else. But what I see often is that there's not a conversation about, what are we expecting of each other in this relationship, and do we have a relational code for the both of us that makes us feel safe, that here's our rules, here's our agreements, and here's our boundaries, and here's our commitment to each other, and this is what it looks like. And I call that relational safety, right? Because again, when I see sometimes relationships that are in conflict, or they have a lot of miscommunications, or even sometimes betrayals, it's something about, ultimately, the relationship hasn't been kind of written down into a sense of, we understand where we are and where the outside is. And that might sound a little kind of woo-woo, but every relationship needs a container, right? In that this is our commitment to each other, and then outside of that, well, that's what we consider maybe a betrayal, or that's what we consider a breach, right? A breach of our commitment. But what I often see is that couples, they don't have that conversation, or just relationships, they don't have that conversation about what makes us feel safe in this relationship together. And so then what ends up happening is one person says, well, I think this is fine, but the other person hasn't agreed to that, or they're not on the same page about what that means. Right? So relational safety in the strong relationship, in a healthy relationship, is saying we both are in agreement about what this relationship is and what our roles are in this relationship.